good evening, and welcome to Sky Night. The full moon is rising at sunset and lighting the sky all night long in Aquarius with 99% illumination. Please enable captions in your preferred language to view local observing cities and times. Join us for a guided tour of tonight's whole sky. We start the evening with Venus halfway up the southern sky and Altair high in the southern sky, followed by the Dumbbell Nebula also high in the southern sky and Deneb almost straight overhead. As the night deepens, Mars appears near the eastern horizon. Toward morning, we look for the Andromeda Galaxy almost straight overhead and Saturn halfway up the southern sky, then the Little Dumbbell Nebula almost straight overhead and Jupiter near the eastern horizon. We continue with the double cluster high in the northern sky and Polaris high in the northern sky, finishing with Algol almost straight overhead. The tour concludes with the moon crossings by satellites. Look halfway up the southern sky for Venus, a dazzling silver-white point that outshines every star. This planet is visible to the naked eye without any instrument. A telescope or binoculars may reveal extra detail. Watch in London first at 8:35 in the evening for the last good chance to catch the planet before it sets. By 8:05 in the evening it is New York's turn, and Los Angeles follows at 7:50 in the evening. Pop star Lady Gaga released a track called Venus on her 2013 album Art Pop. She explained that she picked the name because the planet's bright, alluring presence reminded her of the Roman goddess of love and the sensual, otherworldly vibe she wanted to capture in the song. Find Altair high in the southern sky, the sharp white star that marks the low corner of the summer triangle. It is flanked by two fainter stars and sits right in the bright band of the summer Milky Way. This star culminates around 10:20 in the evening in Los Angeles, New York, and London. In Chinese mythology, Altair is identified with the character Niulong, a cowherd. He fell in love with the heavenly weaver Xinu, identified with the star Vega, and their forbidden relationship led to the lovers being separated on opposite sides of the Milky Way. Sweep binoculars or a telescope just north of the little arrow of Sagitta to find the Dumbbell Nebula. This greenish planetary nebula is one of the biggest and brightest in the sky, located in the Milky Way below Cygnus. Around 10:30 in the evening, the nebula reaches its greatest altitude in Los Angeles, New York, and London. The Dumbbell Nebula offers a preview of our own sun's distant future, showing the outer layers that a dying sun-like star casts off as its core shrinks into a white dwarf. Look almost straight overhead for Deneb, the brilliant blue-white star at the top of the Northern Cross. It marks one corner of the summer triangle and sits in one of the richest Milky Way star fields. This star culminates around 11:10 in the evening in Los Angeles, New York, and London, which remains above the horizon throughout the night. Deneb is the most luminous first-magnitude star in the entire naked-eye sky. This makes it one of the most extreme objects a human can directly observe without a telescope. Spot Mars rising near the eastern horizon as an orange-red point visible to the naked eye. It is currently located in the constellation Gemini. Los Angeles has it rise at 2:02 in the morning, New York at 1:46 in the morning, and London at 1:07 in the morning. In 2018, the radar instrument MARCIS aboard ESA's Mars Express detected a hidden lake beneath the South Polar ice cap, a stable body of liquid water about a mile below the surface and spanning roughly 12 miles across. The discovery flipped scientists' view of Mars from a dry, frozen world to one that may still hold pockets of water, raising fresh hopes for future missions to explore hidden habitats. Attention now turns to Phobos. Phobos makes its first crossing across the apparent disk of Mars, lasting 51 minutes. In Los Angeles, Mars is above the horizon as this crossing happens between 5:28 in the morning and 6:19 in the morning. In New York, the event occurs between 8:28 in the morning and 9:19 in the morning while Mars is above the horizon. In London, Mars is above the horizon for the crossing between 1:28 in the afternoon and 2:19 in the afternoon. This is the next Phobos crossing across the apparent disk of Mars, with a duration of 50 minutes. In Los Angeles, Mars is above the horizon while the crossing takes place between 1:08 in the afternoon and 1:58 in the afternoon. In New York, the crossing runs between 4:08 in the afternoon and 4:58 in the afternoon with Mars above the horizon. In London, Mars is below the horizon. The third Phobos crossing across the apparent disk of Mars takes 51 minutes. In London, Mars is above the horizon as this event happens between 4:47 in the morning and 5:38 in the morning. In Los Angeles and New York, Mars is below the horizon. Phobos completes its sequence with a fourth crossing across the apparent disk of Mars, lasting 50 minutes. In Los Angeles, Mars is above the horizon as this crossing occurs between 4:27 in the morning and 5:17 in the morning. In New York, the crossing happens between 7:27 in the morning and 8:17 in the morning with Mars above the horizon. In London, Mars is above the horizon for the crossing between 12:27 in the afternoon and 1:17 in the afternoon. Hop from the corner of the Great Square of Pegasus along two stars to find the Andromeda Galaxy. This pale oval smudge is a whole galaxy of stars, visible to the naked eye as a faint patch in the sky. The galaxy culminates around 3:10 in the morning in Los Angeles, New York, and London, which remains above the horizon throughout the night. Andromeda has at least 15 satellite dwarf galaxies orbiting it, including the notable Triangulum Galaxy, which is the third largest galaxy in the local group. Look halfway up the southern sky for Saturn, a steady, unblinking golden point in Pisces. It is fainter than Jupiter, but its calm yellow glow makes it easy to identify with the naked eye. This planet culminates around 3:20 in the morning in Los Angeles, New York, and London. Temperatures at Saturn's cloud tops plunge to approximately -180 degrees Celsius, making it one of the coldest places in the solar system, excluding distant Uranus and Neptune. Tonight's featured deep sky object is the Little Dumbbell Nebula, a small two-lobed planetary nebula on the Perseus border. Work down from the W of Cassiopeia toward Perseus. Use a dark night, a nebula filter, and patience to see this pale gray-green object through a telescope. Around 4:10 in the morning, the nebula reaches its greatest altitude in Los Angeles, New York, and London, which remains above the horizon throughout the night. It has a reputation among observers as the hardest object in the whole Messier list, and finishing a Messier marathon usually means finishing with this one. Jupiter is rising near the eastern horizon, visible to the naked eye as a bright point in Cancer. The planet rises in New York at 4:23 in the morning, follows in London at 3:58 in the morning, and finally appears in Los Angeles at 4:34 in the morning. In John Varley's 1977 novel, The Ophiuchi Hotline, Jupiter is not a world for human settlement, but a forbidden fortress occupied by an alien race called the Invaders, who have barred humanity from the planet they once called home. Varley turned the gas giant into a hostile territory where a micro-black hole is used as a weapon to try and dislodge the invaders, a dramatic twist on the real Jupiter, which is simply a massive ball of hydrogen and helium with no solid ground to conquer. The story imagines a future where humans live on the other 7 worlds of the solar system while Jupiter remains a closed door, a stark contrast to the real planet which has no atmosphere thick enough to hide a secret enemy. Find the double cluster as a hazy patch between Perseus and the W of Cassiopeia. This binocular gem consists of the famous H and Chi Persei clusters shining brightly in the high northern sky. The cluster culminates around 4:45 in the morning in Los Angeles, New York, and London, which remains above the horizon throughout the night. Both clusters of the double cluster in Perseus are bright enough to be seen with the unaided eye, even though they lie roughly 7,000 light-years from Earth. Follow the pointer stars of the Big Dipper to Polaris, the brightest point in Ursa Minor. This one of the 50 brightest stars of the whole night sky is high in the northern sky, though twilight can brighten the sky at its best moment in parts of the hemisphere. This star culminates around 5 in the morning in Los Angeles, New York, and London, which remains above the horizon throughout the night. Polaris lies less than 1 degree from the north celestial pole, which makes it the current North Star, a stable reference point in the night sky of the northern hemisphere. Look almost straight overhead for Algol, the ghoulish eye of Medusa in the hero Perseus. It sits below the W of Cassiopeia and visibly dims and brightens over a few nights, visible to the naked eye. Around 5:30 in the morning, the planet is best viewed in Los Angeles, New York, and London, while London remains above the horizon throughout the night. In 1783, John Goodricke, a deaf 18-year-old English astronomer, measured Algol's roughly 2.87-day rhythm of dimming and correctly proposed that a darker companion star periodically eclipses it, work for which the Royal Society awarded him the Copley Medal. Tonight, satellites cross in front of the Moon's disk 42 times. 28 tracks pass close to towns and settlements, and 6 of those tracks form the selected subset. Tiangong Space Station makes the first crossing of the night. Its ground path starts over the open Pacific at 6:27 in the evening and ends southeast of Puerto Ayacucho at 5:57 in the morning. For an observer standing on the narrow ground path, the crossing of the Moon's disk takes about 1 second. Tiangong Space Station makes the second crossing of the night. Its ground path starts southeast of Ruckben at 7:30 in the evening and ends over the open Pacific at 7 in the morning. Tiangong Space Station makes the third crossing of the night. Its ground path starts northeast of Misrata at 8:03 in the evening and ends over the open Pacific at 5:32 in the morning. Tiangong Space Station makes the fourth crossing of the night. Its ground path starts near Midwest City at 8:45 in the evening and ends near Guru at 5:15 in the morning. Hubble Space Telescope makes the fifth crossing of the night. Its ground path starts near Babamba at 9:38 in the evening and ends southeast of Ainan at 5:03 in the morning. Hubble Space Telescope makes the sixth crossing of the night. Its ground path starts over the open Atlantic at 10:45 in the evening and ends northwest of Deakin at 7:11 in the morning. Subscribe to stay updated and see you next time under clear skies.